Time now is 8:43, and we have a major medical breakthrough to talk about this morning. 1 in 5 Americans has high LDL or bad cholesterol and high triglycerides, both of which increase your risk for heart disease, stroke, and other health problems. But now Cleveland Clinic researchers think they figured out a way to shut off the bad cholesterol gene. They exclusively spoke to our senior health correspondent, Monica Robbins, before they presented their findings.
Now, most people may not be familiar with what CRISPR is, but this is a huge phase 1 trial. Fill everyone in as to what was discovered.
There is a gene called ANGPTL3 that's involved in many aspects of cholesterol metabolism. And this study, which is an early study, was designed to be able to actually turn off that gene. And by turning off that gene, there were very favorable effects on cholesterol.
We're really excited about this study. So this was a first in human phase 1 study of 15 participants with abnormal cholesterol, really. What we know is that targeting ANGPTL3, which is the gene, can have important impact on cholesterol levels and really lowering them. How do we know this? Well, large-scale studies looking at genetic data from patients show that individuals that are born with a loss of function mutation, meaning that gene, ANGPTL3, doesn't work, they have lifelong low levels of LDL cholesterol, lifelong low levels of triglycerides, and most importantly, a lifetime lower risk of cardiovascular disease without any apparent harmful effects. So what this technology really aims to do, or this drug, is turn off that gene permanently to lower cholesterol levels and theoretically reduce the risk of cardiovascular disease. Now, this study involved 15 participants at 6 sites in the United Kingdom, in Australia, and in New Zealand. And it was a single ascending dose study, meaning we gave patients a very low dose to start, saw what it was, and then subsequent patients a higher dose, and 5 doses total were studied. And at the top dose, which was 0.8 milligrams per kilogram, we saw a 55% reduction on average in triglycerides and almost 50% in LDL cholesterol, which is really remarkable given that a lot of therapies these days, no therapies concomitantly lower LDL and triglycerides that much.
And importantly, it's permanent. Once the gene is edited, this is a one and done treatment. And, this is really quite revolutionary, because the alternative is to take medication every day or inject it every week or two for the rest of your life. This is how CRISPR is revolutionizing medicine.
And so it was very well tolerated in general with this. Now, this was 15 participants total. And to get enrolled, you had to be on really refractory to current medical therapy. So the majority of patients were on, multiple other cholesterol-lowering medicines, statins, a drug called ezetimibe, and then other injectable medicines as well.
Will any of the studies come to the U.S.?
Well, we concluded, based on this study, that the safety and efficacy were outstanding, and that it was suitable to then pivot to doing a phase 2 study, which is the next phase in drug development. And it is the intention to bring that to the United States. So we are very close to being able to start enrolling patients in the U.S. And of course, that's important because, we are U.S.-based physicians, and, we have obviously many people with this disorder. I also wanted to amplify a little bit on what Dr. Laffin said. We can lower in most people LDL cholesterol, but not in every patient. Some people, you give everything we have and you just can't get their levels down. And those are good candidates for this. But we really don't have good therapies for high triglycerides, which many people have. And it's really quite extraordinary to have a single therapy that can affect both high cholesterol and high triglycerides, and to affect those levels permanently. I have to tell you, having been practicing for a long time, if you'd asked me 15 years ago if I used to tell people, we can change everything about you. We can give you drugs. We can change your cholesterol. The only thing we can't change is your parents because we can't change your genes. Well, that was wrong because now, for the first time in history, we can change people's genes. That's just an extraordinary opportunity. And this is one of a number of targets that we are pursuing to fix genes that cause disease.
And if you want to hear more details about the phase 1 trial and learn about what's next, you can watch the entire interview on WKYC Plus. Just go to the Health Hub section where you'll see Health Yeah with Monica Robbins. You'll get everything you need to know.